No.
The ants had been overtaken by fungus.
No. 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 I don't know, guys. I don't know if you heard me, but I said no. Let's get me sponsored by fucking Baby Bell. Please. Baby Bell tastes like happiness and cheese. But this is my last Baby Bell. And Twitch is my only job now and I don't get paid for another week. Anyway, okay, lock in. I'm done honestly fantasizing about cheese. Hello everyone, my name is Mirage and today we are reacting to even more Parz. Let's fucking get the fuck in, folks.
This is one of the oldest creatures on the planet.
Who's that Pokemon?
We got a boomer!
Introducing the horseshoe crab, found under the sea in the Atlantic.
That doesn't look like a fucking crab. That don't look like crab.
Indian and Pacific Oceans, and when I said old, I didn't mean individually. These little guys disconnect from the server at around age 40. And as far as their actual lives go, they're kind of boring. They're bottom feeders with zero offensive capability, and the only reason they have a tail is that without it, they would die if you flipped them onto their backs.
Valid.
No,
okay,
no, when I
sense.
say old, I mean as a species. Because these things are walking fossils that have been running the exact same basic ass build, completely unchanged for millions of years.
That's kind of impressive.
How many millions? Well, here is a list of events that this little guy's family tree has lived through. The fall of Rome. The evolution of humankind.
That's a little bit.
I want to be monkey!
The Ice Age. God tossing a rock at the big ass lizards.
Lizard.
Hell, this little fucker watched the first fish crawl onto land and was underwater when the first tree spawned.
What the fuck?
But I think the best way I can put this into perspective is that not unlike the way the Earth orbits the Sun orbits the Milky Way. Now, this process takes around 225 million years to complete. The horseshoe crab has done it twice!
What the fuck? What the fuck? What? How is this mother? What the? Bruh, he old as Miyra. Oh, that's just mean. This bird hates snakes. Snake. I like snakes.
People are scared of snakes. But have you ever wondered what snakes are scared of? The answer is this fucking bird.
Hi, bird.
Introducing the secretary bird, native to the continent of Africa, and a prime example that being a hater pays off. Coming in at 1.3 meters tall and 4.27 kilos in weight, this lanky turkey has been purpose-built, nay, expertly fucking engineered by the gods themselves with the sole purpose of violating the ever-loving out of any garden hose that so much as looks at it the wrong way.
Oh, that is
You see,
gone.
these bad boys are birds of prey, but unlike their cousins in the same category, they are primarily terrestrial, which means they spend most of their time...
Hold up, taller than Miyra? Yo, what the fuck? Why am I being attacked?
on the ground. This is because their preference for diet is sentient slithering sausages. However, with this thing being endemic to Africa, their preferred meal also just happens to include some of the deadliest predators on the fucking planet. Does this stop the
1 second. Are you telling me to eat? I eat food.
secretary bird? No, mate. Despite having no natural venom resistance, these absolute fucking giga-chads will eat cobras, boom slings, and black mambas without breaking a sweat. But how do they hunt these things without getting bitten? Simple. They just kick the fuck out of them.
Bap.
You see, those long-ass legs aren't just for show, as a secretary bird is capable of accurately curb stomping a snake's head into the ground with a force equal to 5 times their fucking body weight.
Jesus Christ.
So when a secretary bird fancies a bite to eat, they start out by stomping the ground around dense vegetation. This causes snakes in the area to poke their heads out of their houses to see what the is going on. The snake then looks up in horror as the secretary bird locks onto him, sprints over at Mach 9, and then...
Bump. Bump, bump. Bump.
A lot of people are scared of snakes.
Fucking bump, bump, bump. Like a fucking... Ah! Ow! I've got my nose pierced and I just whacked it again. Oh, this is a form of hell. Sorry. Don't, like, whack your nose by accident if you've recently got a piercing. Alright, onwards.
Koalas are really dumb. In fact, Australia's fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet. And that stupidity starts with their diet, because of all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose to eat nothing but straight up poison.
Of course.
You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic.
Of course,
they
it's
are
Australian.
full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mil is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the Reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf.
Why?
Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm. Because Australia.
Of course, yes,
Now,
Australia.
despite nature putting up this giant do not eat sign, that did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala all in the way of nutrition,
Dumb as a box of rocks. They're so fluffy, I love them.
but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark it. Meaning they need to spend upwards of 18 hours a day sleeping in order to just digest their fucking food. These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognize a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death. It should come as no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide right off of this dumb c***.
They really do.
I love him.
I love him too. There's no thoughts. Not a single thought. You know, they say, like, they talk about natural, like, survival and natural selection. What the fuck happened? Cute fucking dumbass.
Australia has just found zombified bugs.
No. Can I not? I must watch.
That's right, we are closer to the Walking Dead Down Under than you think. You see, just recently, a scientist by the name of Dr. Francois Broussard made a trek out to the remote savannah of the Northern Territory with the goal of finding and cataloguing brand new species of insect unknown to science.
Okay, fair,
me personally, I think we've found more than enough bugs, especially considering that half of them can send me directly into the fucking soil.
Yeah,
what do I know, right?
Thanks.
Anyway, on his trip to the middle of nowhere, he stumbled across a colony of spiny savanna ants, which is a pretty normal thing to find out there.
Ants.
However, getting closer, he noticed something a little off. You see, the main ant colony was fine, completely normal. However, the several disfigured and deformed ant corpses clamped onto shoots of grass surrounding the colony like a Bug's Life version of Vlad the Inhaler. Those were significantly less normal. Broussard, mildly unsettled by the ant gore on his timeline, took samples for inspection and upon getting a closer look, realised something both really cool and really spooky.
No.
The ants had been overtaken by fungus.
Big old red ones.
No.
More accurately, a previously unknown...
No. I don't know, guys. I don't know if you heard me, but I said no.
strain of the cordyceps fungus, infamous around the globe for its ability to create zombie bugs. And the way it does it is unbelievably horrific. You see, it begins with a spore landing on an ant and producing a thin rope-like strand that penetrates and attaches to their exoskeleton. At which point, the ant gets a little timer on his hotbar, counting down to a family reunion with his ancestors. Once inside, the fungus begins to take control of the ant's body and brain function,
not Ratatouille,
completely changing their behavior, replacing their colony-focused mindset with one single goal: climb. Its fungus-riddled mind drags its rapidly deteriorating body to the closest high point, which is usually a plant, with its final act being to clamp its mandibles onto the stem in a death grip, finally succumbing to the infection and being completely consumed, its corpse blossoming into a fully grown cordyceps fungus and raining down spores onto the rest of the colony to continue the cycle of infection. Now look, I know this fungus is found elsewhere in the world, but it's a new strain and it was found in Australia. With my luck, I'm going to be playing The Last of Us against couch-sized spiders within the fucking week.
What the fuck is this bullshit? I'm not McLoving this. Da 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 da. Why Australia? Why are you like this? Why are we like this?
If you see this thing T-pose, run.
Why? But
Introducing the anteater.
He just wanted a hug. You see that motherfucking T-pose, you give him a hug. You don't run. Hug time.
A goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. Now listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats ants. And weighing in at 40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of 40,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help him hit his bulking goals, the anteater has a mystery mouse tool stored inside that XL sniffer. A 60 centimeter long tongue.
Long.
Designed to snake its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bug's life and convert them into a high-calorie meal.
Jesus Christ.
However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods.
Little bit.
But last I checked, an anteater can't go down to Bunnings and buy a shovel. So
he
how
could.
does he dig? Oh, that's simple. With the combat knives he has for claws. Yeah, anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws, which, proving the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through f***ing concrete.
Oh
now,
my
these
god.
work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart, to turn around.
No, we hug.
All the way off.
We hug.
If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and stab an animal for no reason other than ego, the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are at the perfect height to nail your inner thigh, slip through your flesh like butter, and sever your femoral artery, causing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go meet your ancestors. Can you imagine having to explain to your ancestors who felled woolly mammoths you got your shit packed up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting a T-pose?
There's no coming back from that. Okay, do not hug the anteater.